Mars, the red planet, our neighbor and maybe our future home. Space rovers Opportunity and Spirit have already given us some clues about the fourth planet from the Sun, but do we need to go there and experience it for ourselves? Hello and welcome back to Life's Biggest Questions. I'm your host Rebecca Felgate, and today I'm talking about my favorite topic, space, as I ask, should we go to Mars? It is 2018 and as of yet, man hasn't set foot on another planet. In fact, our last manned mission to an extraterrestrial body was in 1972 when Apollo 17 landed on the moon. For a while, it appeared that our space exploration attempts had slowed down, but as we entered the new millennium, the human race began to set its sights on space once again, with the 21st century becoming the era for Mars. Mars rovers Spirit and Opportunity laid a lot of groundwork for the forthcoming Mars 2020 mission, but a lot of astrophysicists and explorers alike believe that we will have a human on Mars by 2030 at the very latest. One of the people at the forefront of the space exploration program is Elon Musk, who is one of the most vocal in his support for putting humans on Mars. But is it a good idea? The main criticism for leaving Mars alone is the simple cost of it all. Some say economically, parts of the world are struggling, so why should we focus our resources on exploring a far-off planet? Mars One estimates the cost of sending the first 4 people to the red planet to be $6 billion, which is roughly the amount it took to build the Marina Bay Sands Resort in Singapore. Sure, space travel is expensive, but the money goes to funding research and discovery, not luxury like plenty of projects on Earth. Elon Musk estimates the cost of space exploration to be on the higher end at around $10 billion per person. However, that is nothing compared to how much money was pumped into the space race. Congress famously spent $25.4 billion on the Apollo program. That's roughly around $150 billion considering inflation today. Despite the high cost, many consider the payback in terms of being a momentous historical moment of human endeavor to be totally worth it. Considering the nature of humans, Mars really is the next natural step. From our beginnings in Ethiopia, humans have traversed every corner of the Earth, with our sense of curiosity constantly driving us and separating us from other species. Our curiosity has set us apart and allowed us to become the intelligent beings that we are today. The spirit of adventure isn't the only reason humans feel a draw to Mars. It is more than just about sticking a flag into the dusty red Earth. Musk and the late Professor Stephen Hawking alike stress the need for humans to colonize other planets in order to survive. As Musk puts it, humans need to be a multi-planet series. If we do not start making the preparations now, running out of space, farming, famine, disease, and climate change on Earth may kill off our species altogether. To this, a lot of people say that Mars just isn't a great choice. While it does have water, the fundamental building blocks to life, it is much, much colder than Earth. Its atmosphere is much thinner than ours, which would mean we would need to wear a spacesuit, and of course the air is not breathable. We would also need to farm food somehow, which would be really difficult. Tackling these issues would be expensive, but not impossible, and in a TED Talk, journalist Stephen Petronek lays out ways we could tackle these issues. This also includes an elaborate plan to warm up the planet using solar sails focused on the South Pole. But of course, this begs the question, is it our place? Many people would retort, if it meant the survival of the human race, then yeah. Also, many argue that making Mars a common goal would unify the human race at a time of great division. If human achievement took us to Mars, how could we not be inspired by what the future holds and what productivity rather than war can yield? Mars might not be a great home, but it is a good start while we look for ways to be able to travel to more hospitable planets faster. But of course, adventure, colonization, and global unity aren't the only good reasons to go to Mars. Another crucial reason would be that it would allow us the opportunity to understand more about the evolution of our solar system. We know that Mars once had flowing water. It used to be similar to planet Earth in a lot of respects. By investigating what happened on Mars, we may gain some insight into a possible future for planet Earth. Moreover, as we have found evidence of bacteria on Mars before, a lot of scientists are convinced that Mars holds the answer in our quest to find other life forms. While that is by no means a given, surely it's worth an investigation. There are some legitimate safety concerns involved with a manned Mars mission. Astronauts choosing to go would be exposed to a lot of radiation, and there are a lot of risks involving potential cross-planet contamination. radiation. These are potential issues that scientists are working to tackle, but they are by no means unsolvable. Before he died, Stephen Hawking predicted that humans have just 100 years to save themselves. While some climate scientists argue that funds for space travel ought to be spent on fixing the issues that we've created on Earth, to me at least, I don't see why we can't put a primary focus on both things side by side. Money is somewhat of a human construct, so let's say we need to pull all of our resources into helping our planet, yes, but also into helping our species by finding out as much about the universe and investigating new homes. For this reason, I would definitely say that we should not simply go to Mars, but that we actually must as a matter of urgency. So that is one big question answered for you there. Do you think that we should go to Mars? Let me know your thoughts and your reasons why or why not in the comments section down below. Also, please do be sure to leave a thumbs up and stay subscribed for more big answers. I'm your host Rebecca Felgate, I'll catch you in the next video, but for now, stay curious, stay alert, and never ever stop questioning.